guys, how's it going? I hope you're all having a great day. Now, if you've looked up anything on the internet, you've probably stumbled across a website called Wikihow, a tutorial website with articles ranging from things like how to care for an iguana, how to juggle 3 balls, or even how to drive a car. Which, now that I think about it, how does this one work? You look this up while you're driving the car? Wow, this driving thing sure is easy. Wait a second. What does a red light mean? Wikihow? How to drive a car? Ah! So, you know, normal stuff that anybody would look up. But Wikihow doesn't just contain information on things that you would need to know. It also contains information on things you probably never need to know. Because in some cases, you should just know them, or in other cases, they're creepy. Starting with something I don't think anybody has ever really needed to look up: how to breathe. Wikihow, I'm asking Wiki, why is this an article? I mean, there's a decent chance that if you're watching this video, you're already doing it, and now you're probably doing it manually. Like, I guess I'm just confused what the point of this article would be in the first place. Like, do people just forget? Are you just sitting at your computer one day when you just suddenly stop breathing? Schedule regular check-ins to stay focused on your breathing. Since you don't usually realize that you're breathing, it can be tricky to notice whether or not you're doing it properly. Try to check in at the same time every day, like each morning and lunchtime, so that it becomes part of your routine. Hey man, I think your alarm's going off. Oh yeah, that just goes off every hour. I'll turn it off. Oh, that seems excessive. What for? Yep, I'm breathing. You have an alarm to check if you're breathing? Hello? I think one of my favorite parts about Wikihow are the images that tend to accompany the guide. Like this image of what I can only assume is somebody sniffing the sweat of a girl that is working out near them. Not weird at all. Another fun feature of Wikihow are the expert Q&A sections at the bottom of the articles, where I guess people can ask questions and people that are experts in the topic will answer them. And the expert breathers were out on this post and the people did not appreciate it. What is the correct way to breathe? Breathe in through your nose, since it helps filter out irritants that could be in the air. 90 people found that helpful. 291 people found that not helpful. I guess they tried breathing through their nose and they just fucking died. He was a good man. Uh-oh. Okay, so if how to breathe is an article that you will probably never need to look up, this next one is something that I would hope nobody would just look up at all, because if they did, it would concern me. How to get revenge on anyone. Now, important to note, this article has only 3.5 stars, so clearly it wasn't the most helpful article for everyone. But let's see what Wikihow suggests for taking revenge on your enemies. Okay, so it starts off pretty normal, you know, with suggestions like ignore the person, get on with your life, block the person on social networks, which I guess is just ignoring them, but on the internet. Then they recommend taking legal action, because nothing says revenge like a day in court. Now, interesting to note that they do state here that you should stay within the law on your revenge, which they then promptly don't do in the next section. This entire section is called Getting Dirty, and it includes options like send anonymous letters, phone calls, or texts. If the person has to endure a deluge of irritating phone calls asking for the grammar hotline or something more crude, they'll be irritated to the point of having to change their phone number or email. Now, I think that's just harassment, but it keeps getting worse. How about leave them a disgusting gift? That's a fun one. Here's an image of someone leaving somebody a dead rat. Very mob boss style. Send them a dozen dead rats pronto. They crossed the wrong guy. Hey boss, what did they do? Let's just say they'll think twice next time they try to embarrass me in front of my crush. But I think perhaps my favorite suggestion on here has to be this one. Number 5, freak them out. And as you can see here in the picture, I believe this person's being threatened, or there's an implication that someone they love is dead. Send them something nice, like flowers, but from someone creepy or disreputable. Make sure you place your order anonymously and pay in cash. So if they receive the flowers, they say, your backyard at 123 Smith Street is really comfortable to sleep in, or something else creepy. They'll be terrified. All right, so you've made it to the end of the article, but wait, it is important to note to learn the difference between harassment and pranks. Punch bad, dead rats good. How do I get revenge on people at schools? My enemy is so annoying. Do it so they can't tell that it is you. Do little things at first, like if they're walking in a crowded hallway, push them and keep on walking that way so they can't tell that it was you. If you're in homeroom or study sessions and they walk away from their stuff, take something. Maybe all their pens or their book and put it somewhere else in the room. After a while, build the intensity up and start to do proper prank-esque things, like cling wrapping their locker.
Don't be afraid to play dirty.
Okay, you can't tell a child that. You can't go on Wikihow as an expert on how to get revenge and tell what is clearly somebody in like 8th grade to physically assault their enemy? That shouldn't be allowed. I like how 422 people found that not helpful. I'm guessing their enemy got revenge back. There he is, Chad Chaddington, my arch nemesis. But this time, I'm gonna get my revenge thanks to Wikihow. Curse you, Wikihow! Okay, here's another article that I would classify under, why do you need to know this? How to pretend to faint. Now, as somebody who has fainted in real life, I don't think it's that complicated. You just kind of fall over. Did you forget to study for a test? Are you scheduled to participate in an event but wish you could back out? Maybe you're acting in a play that calls for fainting. Whether you need to cause a diversion or get out of a sticky situation, the following tips can help you make a fake faint look real. I like how only one of those is like something a faint would help you in, which is how to pretend to faint for acting. Again, as someone who has fainted, you don't just get out of a test because you fainted. I have been absolutely desperate for something to get me out of school, and this article was just the thing I needed. My teacher, friend, parents won't suspect a thing, and I'll get off scot-free. Again, as a real fainter, you're not getting out of school because you faint. So my favorite part about this article is this section here that tells you to pick a reason for your fake faint, which like I understand the rationale behind, but I feel like if someone fainted and they got up and they were immediately like, oh wow, I fainted. I guess I just didn't eat enough today. Okay, bye guys. That would be more suspicious to me than if they just got up kind of dazed and confused and had no idea why they fainted. Number 4, pretend to faint. Make sure you fall safely. You don't want to hit your head and hurt yourself. Yeah, that would be catastrophic. Imagine pretending to faint and then actually hurting yourself. I feel like that's just karma. I do like the idea of someone just setting down towels and pillows before they pretend to fake faint. Hey man, what are you doing? Building like a bed to sleep in? Huh? Yeah, I guess you could say something like that. Okay. Oh man, I think I'm gonna faint. Oh! Ow! Do you want me to call the ambulance? Don't stay down there too long or someone might call the emergency services. Unless you want that to happen, make sure you don't stay out for more than 20 seconds. You know I always have my stopwatch on me just in case someone faints nearby. If that timer hits 21 seconds, I'm calling the police. Now, something you might notice on the how to pretend to faint article is that it has over 1 million views. And I guess at some point Wikihow realized the monster that they've unleashed on the world, the fake fainting epidemic that they've caused. So to counteract it, they have another article titled How to Tell If Someone is Pretending to Faint. Like, I don't know about you, but I've never been in a situation where I've seen somebody faint. But also if they did, I don't think my first thought would be, oh my god, did they fake it? And if someone just happened to faint near me, you know for a fact, I am not watching to see if they bend their knees as they fall because I probably didn't realize they were falling until it was too late. This whole article is kind of funny to me because it all could have just been condensed into one point, which is step 3 on this article. Call the emergency services quickly. The emergency services will occasionally take them to the hospital and tell you whether or not they really fainted. And that's literally all you needed to say. I mean, under the tip section, the literal first tip is the doctor will be the one with the real answer, so it's best to ask him or her. So either way, they're like, you should just go to the hospital. Yes, number 4, have the doctor see if their bones are broken. If they are broken, this means the faint was all real. Yep, that's how fainting works. Everyone knows every time you faint, you break a bone. I must have broken at least a dozen bones from fainting, as you can see. The reason for this is that someone pretending to faint may have actually broken their bones, but they would usually be in too much pain to keep it up. So wait, so do broken bones mean they fainted or they didn't faint? I'm a little confused. I guess I'm curious why it matters that much if someone pretended to faint. Like, do I really need to be vigilant if someone faints near me to see if they're faking it? It's not illegal. All right, back to articles that absolutely do not need to exist. Here's an article called How to Be Weird. And I have some great news for those wanting to learn from the best. This was co-authored by 200 people. 200 certified freaks and weirdos co-authored this article on how to be weird. So you know it's gonna have the best advice. It seems like everyone is sort of the same nowadays, doesn't it? Sometimes being yourself isn't enough. You need to be a little weird to stand out. I mean, I'd argue you should just be yourself. Like, you're probably already uniquely weird enough by being yourself that you don't need to like go to a Wikihow guide on how to be weird. But regardless, let's see what they suggest. Part 1, acting weird. Number 1, invent your own places and customs. Invent a holiday and give it a weird name. And then when the day comes around, get decked out. All right, then I'm declaring today as Wikihow Day. It'll be celebrated by looking up weird and unusual articles on Wikihow Wikihow. Also, you must say tally ho a lot. Tally ho. Number 2, talk to random people in the streets and say ridiculous things. Try, hello, Granny, I haven't seen you in years, while grinning, of course. Why did they write of course? You all know there's nothing weirder in life than going up and saying hi to somebody while you grin. They'll think you're a freak for sure. Ask random people if they've seen a rhino and elephant, etc. Anywhere around here, seem serious about it. But of course, after a couple of minutes of pulling their leg, you may want to admit that it's a joke. Honestly, nowadays you can probably just end that point at just talk to somebody on the street. They'll probably just think you're doing a TikTok man on the street video and assume you're weird from that. Whew. Hey man, have you seen my elephant anywhere? It was around here somewhere, and I can't find it anymore. No, I haven't seen an elephant. Oh geez, I don't even know how many kids it could have eaten by now. It could have eaten like 5 kids. Look man, I feel like if I had seen an elephant around here, I would know. Oh, and I have not seen an elephant, so sorry, I don't know how to help you. Oh man, you should see the look on your face. Oh no, it's okay dude, I'm just kidding, I'm just pranking. I'm just joshing you. There's no elephant on the loose. Oh man, that's so funny. Look around you. I've got TikTok cameras everywhere. This is gonna go viral on TikTok so fast. Oh man. And you're gonna become the biggest viral sensation all year. People are gonna be quoting you for months, and then you're gonna squander it all away with a silly crypto scam. This is your future now. It was written in the stars by me. I control you. Okay, I'm gonna go be a normal human being. Okay, bye. Of course, some people may think that you're certifiably crazy and may think you're harassing them. Choose your targets carefully and always do things with a smile on your face, showing you mean no harm. Like this? Number 4, have strange taste in food. For instance, say, oh my gosh, are those Oreos? They're so spicy. I never knew they sold them here. Okay, so number 4 is just be a white person. Try foods most people don't eat or foods that people eat but wouldn't eat the way you're eating. For example, bring a lemon to lunch and eat it like an orange. I just imagine someone trying really hard to be weird and so they're eating the lemon like an orange and the whole time they just hate it. Yum. I sure do love lemon. I'm so quirky. Like, so far I feel like any individual one of these would be enough to be considered weird. But the fact that they're listing this all out like you should be doing all of them just feels like a little bit much. Like, you're going from like probably normal weird to like, you're trying to be weird. You're clearly trying to be weird at this point, and it's off-putting. So the next 2 sections are kind of like normal. How to talk weird and how to dress weird. I think those are pretty self-explanatory. We're not gonna go into detail. But part 4 is how to think weird, and the very first point is, don't be someone who you are not. Nowadays, everyone is trying to be something. By just being yourself, you'll be a little weird. Finding someone who's truly genuine is a rare occurrence. Embrace the quirks that come to you naturally. They may be enough. Which, like, yeah, that feels a little bit counterproductive to the rest of this article. You just spent an entire article telling me how to be weird, and now you're like, well, hold it up a bit, alright? Wait for your reputation to precede you. Once you start acting weirdly, word will get around that you're a little odd. Eventually, people will just come to expect it. Yes! Guys, did you hear? Jonathan is weird now! Jonathan is weird? What? The Jonathan is weird? Oh my god, Jonathan is becoming weird! Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, not Jonathan becoming weird! Why would anyone become weird? Jonathan wants to take my throne as the weird one here? I know. I'll challenge him to a weird off. A tally-ho. Warnings. Some of the steps in this manual can sound like you're acting, even to the public. Therefore, you could end up in a center for various crazy people. Psychotic is different from weird. Okay, well, I wasn't concerned about that before, but like, should I be now? How weird am I supposed to be getting with this article? All right, well, I think that about does it for Wikihow for today. If you do want more Wikihow content, though, check out my second channel Offsite, where I posted a video on Wikihow quizzes. Your boss just gave you 0. Wait, what? What do you mean you just gave me 0? Like the number? What are you doing with the money?
Treating myself to something nice. I deserve it. With $0? Yeah.
What's the word for those strange little men stuck in toilets? Bowl boys? The plumbing gnomes? Toilet snakes? Or the skibbity?
I like plumbing gnomes.
But until next time, YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here down below, so consider checking that out and subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. Tally ho.